How is everybody doing today? This is L.A.KENDRICK with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare. This one's kind of creepy. There's no kind of creepy to it. It's actually very creepy. I actually get to sit down and take my time with it a little bit, but I came across it a while back when it first happened. It caught me off guard. And so basically, let me try to set the mood. This guy's Henry McCabe. He died under really weird circumstances. Very strange. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to do my best with this one. Again, you're going to hear some audio, Fair Use Act, okay? Going to play, maybe even play a little bit of the video. I'm going to definitely play a little bit of the video. Not sure how much. So you guys get just how dramatic and powerful this thing was, this event that happened to the individual. But as I say, the party don't start till you walk in. Now that you're here, let's begin. This falls under the weird, okay? In 2015, Henry McCabe was a 32-year-old auditor for the state of Minnesota. He was married with 2 kids and lived a happy life with his family in the town of Mounds View, Minnesota. That is until the 7th of September when a disturbing and unsettling voicemail was left on his wife's cell phone. Henry would later be found dead. His body was discovered 2 months later on. Actually, on the 2nd of November, police are baffled by what could have happened to him. Karen McCabe, Henry's wife, was in California when she received a mysterious message. For 2 long minutes, the terrifying message records what sounds like what could be a creature growling and grunting mentally, or a person in excruciating pain. Although the full recording hasn't been released to the public, it is said that the voice of McCabe seemingly comes through and he's heard at the end saying, "Stop it." This was the last time anyone ever heard from Henry McCabe. The next day, Karen filed a missing persons report. Shortly before he went missing, McCabe had been at a club called Polovitz in nearby Spring Lake, Minnesota. It was Labor Day weekend and he was enjoying a night out with friends. His friend William Kennedy claims he dropped McCabe off at a gas station after they decided to end their evening. The 2 men left the club together at 2 a.m. Kennedy was driving. He claims that McCabe had made the request himself to be dropped off at a gas station 6 minutes in the opposite direction of Mounds View. Kennedy first described the Super America gas station in Fridley, Minnesota, and when investigators brought him there, he even pointed out where he had parked and last seen his friend. However, a security camera confirmed that McCabe was actually dropped off at the Holiday gas station off of Central Avenue and Hackman Avenue. Was a discrepancy just an innocent mistake? Over the next few weeks, police had no leads and no direction to go on. Henry McCabe seemingly vanished into thin air. He never again accessed his bank account or used his cell phone. In fact, soon after the chilling voicemail was sent, his phone was turned off. And there was a horrifying voicemail. At 2:28 a.m. that evening, Karen McCabe would receive the last communication she ever had with her husband. It's difficult to decipher what is going on in the message. To some, it sounds like a human moaning in pain. To others, alarming sounds of an animal-like being can be heard, along with a voice that sounds eerily like McCabe, possibly in a fight for his life. The voicemail pinged off a cell tower in New Brighton, Minnesota. The bizarre recording still leaves law enforcement and the public baffled as to what clues it could contain. What is it telling us about Henry McCabe's last moments? Was McCabe desperately trying to reach out for help? And if so, what was he in danger from? William Kennedy has never been considered a suspect in McCabe's death. However, there is one word on the chilling recording that may point to his involvement: Papas. According to those who knew him well, William Kennedy, nickname was Papas. He also had McCabe's car keys and wallet in his possession when he promptly turned into the police, claiming he had taken them from his friend to prevent him from driving home intoxicated that night. To add to the confusion, when initially questioned by police, Kennedy gave the wrong gas station description. Only when the CCTV footage captured him at another gas station did he change his story. Cameron has no explanation for why Kennedy would have left her husband at a gas station in the middle of the night instead of just taking him home. Over the next 2 months, volunteers searched the area where the cell towers had pinged. Unfortunately, nothing of value was ever found. Even the FBI got involved and attempted to analyze the mysterious voice, hoping to reveal more clues about McCabe's whereabouts. But that seemed to lead to a dead end as well. On Monday afternoon, only 6 miles from McCabe had been dropped off at the gas station, a kayaker on Rush Lake came upon a body floating in the water. An autopsy was performed on his body, and the coroner could find no evidence of injuries and nothing to indicate foul play was involved. Decomposition was so advanced that it took 2 days for the body to be identified. His cause of death was ruled drowning by the medical examiner. The case remains open. And investigators are looking at all possibilities, including that of suicide and homicide. Make sure that this is doing this thing. A motive for suicide has never been found. McCabe had a family he adored and was successful in his career as a state auditor. There is nothing in his past that would indicate his desire to kill himself. McCabe made 3 calls that night, each one pinged a different cell tower in 3 different towns: Fridley, Spring Lake, and New Brighton. This was all within a small 30-minute window. It's possible for him to have walked to all 3 locations in that amount of time. Did he get into a car with someone else? The chief executive of Minnesota Community Policing, David Singleton, believes McCabe's death was not an accident, and he was not alone that night. I don't believe that he just wandered that far from on his own, and the audio doesn't support the idea that his death is not suspicious, he stated. Alternate theories have been suggested by internet sleuths, such as a vicious attack by an animal, or even supernatural beings caused his demise. So far, none of these have been backed up by credible evidence. No suspects have been named at this time, so many questions remain about McCabe's true fate. Fate. If you have any information about the death of Henry McCabe, please call the Ramsey County Sheriff Office, and they gave you a number. This is really creepy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video so that you guys get the gist of what happened and how serious this thing was, or what happened to him, and tell me what you think.
It's a voicemail unlike anything you've ever heard before. There are 2 minutes worth of noises, bizarre ones, but very little actual talking. Authorities confirmed the disturbing middle-of-the-night call came from Henry McCabe's cell phone. It was Labor Day, September 7th at 2:28 in the morning. McCabe's worried wife heard the message.
Isn't my cell phone connected?
Minnesota Community Policing Services is a nonprofit agency and acts as a go-between with police and the Liberian community. The leader is trying to help the family make some sense of this recording.
The growls turned to high-pitched moans. So,
like he's moaning in pain?
Like moaning in pain.
The tortured grunts suddenly stop. There is silence. Then someone, either Henry or another person, says, "Stop it."
I try to picture where he was, what it might have been like, what circumstances would have made him sound like that.
The voicemail is in stark contrast to other articulate recordings of McCabe speaking at an event. He's a state auditor.
It's a justification. What is the right thing to do?
The message is one piece of evidence Mounds View police are reviewing. The police chief tells me even the FBI is analyzing the recording and voices for clues. The chief says the investigation took deputies here on Tuesday. To Rice Creek Park, which borders New Brighton, Mounds View, and Fridley, all areas where McCabe was reported seen or a cell phone ping placed him. Ramsey County Water Patrol searched, but came up empty.
All right, so there you have it. And I like I said, I want to, I can't even imagine anything like that or how difficult that must be for the wife and the kids. So my condolences go to the wife, Karen McCabe. So trying to make sure I'm very respectful, because I can't even imagine. You guys, would you dare want to be caught in a situation like that, man? That's pretty powerful. It's chilling, man. I don't want to do a thumbnail because, again, I'm going to respect. I don't want to misrepresent it, but I've heard several stuff about that story in the past. Anything from, like they say, supernatural to creatures, or something of like an alien origin or something like that. It took him. I don't know. I'm just giving you what I was told and what I read and what I had seen, and how the story originally broke. I don't know, guys. It's pretty powerful. Like, again, his death is unsolved. So this one's just, like I said, it's just creepy altogether. So there we have that. And I'm going to wrap it up. You guys tell me what you think. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And this has been L.A.KENDRICK with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare, live and unedited, okay? Make sure you check the dark recesses of your home. Make sure you check your closets. Make sure, if you work late at night and early into the wee hours of the morning, make sure you're mindful of your surroundings. Make sure you check under your car and inside of your car, because you absolutely, unequivocally have no idea who or what's lurking in the dark, waiting to make you a story. And until next time, you guys fill in the rest.